All right, man, let's talk about them Bama boys. Jameson Williams and Jahmyr Gibbs looking real suspect for the Detroit Lions right now. And they part of the reason why, a game like Baltimore happens. Even though they look tired, they was lethargic. They went from Detroit to Tampa, back to Detroit to Baltimore. Me and my coworker was talking about that yesterday. They probably should have went straight from Tampa to Baltimore and started just training in Baltimore. But then again, that costs money to have over 100 guys stay a week in Baltimore, but, championship organizations make that type of thing happen. You know what I'm saying? They spend that type of cash, to give you a better chance of winning. But we'll see when they play the Raiders. Was that an anomaly? Or they going to get up off that thing? You can do better. But right now, I told y'all the second half for the Detroit Pistons of this season was going to really deem on them getting healthy per usual, because Brad Holmes take a lot of chances on injury-prone players. And the second thing that was going to be contingent on was the growth and development of Jameson Williams and Jahmyr Gibbs, because they were going to be their big hitters. They were going to be their speed, their deep threat, and stuff of that nature. You know what I'm saying? They was going to be their drive eliminators. You know what I'm saying? Where I can get on the ball, we can get a chunk, we can get big plays and get touchdowns. But right now, a lot of guys from Bama looking suspect in the league. Jerry Jeudy looking suspect. It's a couple of these guys around here that's coming out of Alabama that's not producing the way they should. Henry Ruggs, what happened with him. You know what I'm saying? We have with Trent Richardson, D. Milliner. They producing a lot of busts. Jalen Hurts is doing well. Tua's doing well. Devontae Smith and Jalen Waddle, he had a concussion, but he's still doing pretty well this year. But, at the end of the day, Jameson Williams is looking like a guy that don't look nothing like he look in Alabama. But you got to remember, there was a reason why Olave, Garrett Wilson, and Jackson Smith and Jigba was starting over him. He had one good year at Alabama. That's it. People tend to forget that. He had one good year at Alabama. One. And maybe that was just an anomaly of a year. Maybe he wasn't that good to begin with, and that's why he didn't make it off the field with Alabama. And then Jahmyr Gibbs, he came from Georgia Tech, where they predominantly ran the ball. He had one good year at Alabama. He had 1 year at Alabama, just like Jameson Williams. So at the end of the day, maybe it's a formula not to take guys from Alabama that just had one good year, or transferred there and had one good year. Because right now, their offense was contingent on, getting better and really being, at its best. And because teams going to make adjustments to what you do, their offense really was going to need to lean on Jahmyr Gibbs and Jameson Williams headed into that playoff stretch run, into the playoffs. Their speed was needed. And right now, you can't depend on them. Jahmyr Gibbs can't pass block. He looked like a fish out of water. And you got that kid in Miami before he got injured. A lot of people are saying, see, that's why you don't take a running back that high. And neither him nor Bijan Robinson is tearing the league up because they sharing carries. And Jahmyr Gibbs can't pass pro right now. So somebody you figure that to come in and have immediate impact, your 2 first-round picks are not having much of an impact. Meanwhile, your second-round picks are having a big impact. They playing like the first rounders. But right now, the Bama boys are failing to live up to any type of expectations. And Jahmyr Gibbs by far is better than Jameson Williams, and that's saying a lot about Jameson Williams. And now they got the lean on Jahmyr Gibbs. And let Dave Montgomery get healthy. They need to lean on him. And with Dave Montgomery being hurt 2 times, with him being hurt 2 times, they're really going to need to lean on him. And this is probably what he needs. This is probably what needs to happen. And just throw him out there, and he got to learn by trial by fire. And I think that's the same thing that has to happen with Jameson Williams. He has to learn trial by fire. I just think you gotta just throw the chicken in the hot grease and get your hand popped a little bit. I just think that's what it is. they just need to go ahead and start those guys, play those guys as many snaps as possible, and get them prepared. And if it go left, then you got a decision to make with Jameson Williams and, develop him behind the scenes or cut him. But I just think you got to throw those guys in there, allow them to play through their mistakes. Everybody's practice habits is not going to get it through practice. They need to be thrown into the fire, and they need to learn by trial by fire. Because you're going to need them going into December and January. You need that speed. That's going to make golf a little bit better with the big plays. Golf need to be attached to Jahmyr Gibbs, Jameson Williams, and Sam Laporta at all times, on and off the field. They need to move in with each other. They need to know how they think and all that, because there's an opportunity there, because I don't think they're going to do much at the trade deadline. There's an opportunity there for those guys to be very, very successful in the playoffs. It's not a dominant team right now. Staying healthy, getting healthy, staying healthy, and they really need to lean on somebody. And if you feel like Jameson Williams that far off, you need to start to get Antoine Green prepared, the Green kid from North Carolina. And I'm going to talk about that. You really need to start to get him prepared. Because Khalif Raymond, is only so much he can do. You know what I'm saying? Josh Reynolds, you got to hope that he remain healthy. St. Brown, and people say, well, they really don't need another receiver. They need another receiver. And if you're not going to get another receiver, well, then you need to go ahead and throw Green or Jameson Williams. They need to be starting. All the reps that Khalif got and Marvin Jones Jr. got, they need to be getting those reps. They need to be getting those reps. They need to be getting those reps as soon as possible. But right now, the Bama boys are disappointing. And more so from, at an almost at an equal rate, because you expect a running back to come in and have an immediate impact. You know what I'm saying? Now, Derrick Henry didn't have an immediate impact, and Mark Ingram didn't have an immediate impact, and he coached, Derrick Henry through it. It took Derrick Henry a couple years to get up to speed, and Derrick Henry was one of the greatest high school running backs of all time, especially in the great gunshine state of Florida. He was one of the greatest. But it took him a couple years to figure it out, and Mark Ingram coached him through that. So, with Jahmyr Gibbs, it probably just going to take some time to figure out. We all got to remember, it is a marathon, it's not a sprint. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Come on, lady, could you get the hell out of my way? I'm sorry, y'all. She just sitting here and not trying. Got her blinker on. You gonna go left? You gonna go right? Jesus Christ, bro! People can't drive. I'm literally serious about that, bro. I be out here in the suburbs and they make left turns like crackheads, bro. Make the fucking left turn. It's not hard. They definitely got their license out of Cracker Jack guys. They be just taking their time making a left turn, like, dog. Don't know how to get over. Don't know how to bogart. Don't know how to finesse. It's always the soccer suburban mom who got two hands on the wheel who look like she don't got no clue what's going on. But nonetheless, man, let me know what you girls and guys think. Check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist. Thumbs up the video. Share the video. Subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications. Increase your chance to get notifications. We go live or drop video. Financially, you want to support the channel. Cash App, $CJ Good313. Venmo, CJ Good313. PayPal link in the description. Hit the link tree. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, the whole nine. Peace.